Welcome to the Pride of Symbols, a people driven by the passion for excellence and the courage to take on big challenges and see them through. With integrity of mind and systems, our words, structures, and processes are always dependable. We are proud of who we are, what we do, and what we stand for. Firm is our commitment to the vision to build a globally recognized distribution company and to become the key driver of trade revolution across Africa. We have been empowered to make products and services accessible, affordable, and usable across Africa by building an efficient distribution network, and to remain the market benchmark for dynamism, efficiency, and competitiveness. We are rulers. We provide order. With confidence, enthusiasm, and wit we speak. The vulnerable and voiceless we empower. This is me. This is TD Africa. We rule. We conquer. We are Simba.
You have a learning goal, and we have just one job to help you achieve it and deliver at your convenience. Learning right starts with us at Hashem Academy. We are a learning institute in partnership with professional industry bodies like Microsoft, PECB, Pearsonville, and PSI, delivering quality training, ensuring your certification path in the respective industries. Hashem Academy has training specialists with extensive consulting experience as well as the expertise to address your specific needs and preferences. Our goal is to deliver training that maximizes return on people and infrastructure investments. We define success as having the right resources to skill you up to help you meet your desired goals. Our job at Hashem Academy is to empower you to be successful at every stage of the learning journey, from training to certification to establishing professional credibility. As a certified learning partner and authorized testing center, our facility has proven to be one of the best in the country as we get to reach the needs of all ages, young, middle-aged, and those in the advancing years, making learning simple and affordable. We care about your skill development, and without breaking the bank, we present you with great opportunities to showcase your competency and expertise in your area of specialty, aiding career advancement or personal goals tracking. Let's help you bridge that learning gap. All you have to do is take the next step to enroll in our courses today, with prices that are easy on your wallets. Request access to our training calendar by emailing training@hashem.com, and you can also get the most of your learning investments by checking out our promotional offers here. offers.hashem.com/ms learning. You can call 0704-636-7151 or call 0704-576-9927. You can visit our head office at number 9 Ibikule Street off Abad Macaulay Way, Yaba, Lagos State.
ọmọ ọba ni kò ṣẹrú. ó wá sáyé ọmọ ọba ni kò ṣẹrú. ó wá sáyé kò ṣẹ wọn.
ó yá akéde mo fẹ́ délé bàbá tó bí lọ́mọ.
ọmọ ọba ni kò
bàbá
ṣẹrú.
mi ò gbànígbà ní ojú ọ̀nà ó ṣe gbámú. òsán gírí la gírí ọ̀la gírí kàkà.
ọmọ ọba ni
akọ́kọ́
kò
arẹ́rẹ́
ṣẹ
o.
wọn.
bàbá mi ò wọ kẹbẹ̀rẹ̀ mi jọ. jàkúmọ́ lòdì ọ̀rọ̀ apá láti jó tọ̀hún tọ̀hún.
Good afternoon, good morning, and good day wherever you're calling from. This is MCTNAIJA African Master Grassroots Innovation Pathway for those that are less privileged. A broadcast that comes every monthly in order to showcase and pilot people to direction of having a well-being, a direction, a guide towards how to become a better person and how to embrace the IT industry. And we want to say big thank you to everyone, especially Microsoft and every of our sponsor from Ashem, from TD Africa to Esprit Mode to Go Virtual Endures and every other person that have collaborated, the Gyre Computer, the Cloud, and every other person that I could not mention now that have been one way or the other guiding us through this process, giving us advice. We say thank you. Just a brief intro to why we are doing this. This is a movement, and the essence of this movement is to create an awareness, especially from the virtual ecosystem, to make people connect with people that are very dear in the industry, especially where we have expert meeting mentees, where we give advice on IT, talk about the wonderful technology around us, and also looking at the cloud technology from the single window view of Microsoft to the larger view using multi-cloud environment by looking at other offerings that can easily integrate with Microsoft's own wider ecosystem like AWS, like Google Cloud environment, and every other third-party cloud window that we have out there, and that is calling us to have a better understanding of digital workspace. In all, the movement is brought about by several user groups, which are all embracing across several Microsoft product work stream. We are talking of user group that primarily focus on Azure, focus on M365, Dynamic 365, Power BI, the data platform, the Power Platform, the programming in terms of DevOps and developers, and even the security, which is the bedrock of most of this application, because without a proper security, you are doomed in this digital era to be hacked, to be destroyed, and to be exploited. So the essence of this, all the user group are actually streamlined to come together to form the bond and the foundation for all the mentorship program in order to pilot from the user group with the mentee to have a better understanding of what we have there in the cloud environment and every other environment out there. Better still, I want to hand over to the host today, and that's Kofi. Kofi, I think I have done the intro of the movement. You can take it up from here.
Hello, everyone. Like Shay said, it's been a great journey with this grassroots movement, and we thank all the sponsors. So for today, I'm going to introduce our host. If you've joined us before, you already know that we have a huge pool of hosts. But for today, we have a few of us that are going to join in. So first of all, I will introduce to you the main, organizer of this program, Sheyi. So Sheyi, can you give us a bit of information about yourself, please?
Yeah, my name is Oluwa Omiju, just as I mentioned earlier. I'm one of Microsoft most valuable professional around Africa. I'm also a Microsoft certified trainer. I am an independent consultant and trainer with a sense of digital transformation and vision of trying to steam through the airwave and through the technology wave of Africa, ensuring that we'll build a better ecosystem. So I'm also one of the leading community leader here in Nigeria. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. That's a wonderful introduction. So for the next host for today is Deji. So Deji, can you bring Deji to the? Okay, let me introduce my. Yeah, bring Deji up
Okay.
first, and I'll go last. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think Deji. Let's bring Deji up. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Ayodeji Folarin. I'm a Microsoft most valuable professional on data platform, a Microsoft certified trainer, and also a consultant at Jairi Computer Solution. I do a lot of things around data and data deliverables. I have actually helped so many organizations migrating their data from the prem to the cloud solution. And I actually founded some community here in Nigeria, the Power BI community, which is now Niger Data Platform community, where we discuss anything that has to do with data. We have lots of professionals and we have newbies we are trying to mentor and bring up to speed. So, once again, thank you for having me on, Kofi. Over
It's
to you.
wonderful to have you on board always. So, I'll be the last host for today's session. So, for my background, I'm actually from a cybersecurity background. I work for one of the top cybersecurity companies in the world, and my main goal is to help organizations to protect their environment. Microsoft MVP, Microsoft MCT, and I'm also part of the Nigeria Azure community group. So when it comes to anything regarding networking, VPN, Azure administration, and those kind of stuff, I'll be your guy. So if you have not already linked up with me on LinkedIn, you can go ahead and do so. And if you have any questions, I'll be all ears to help out as well.
Yeah.
All right. So for today, one of the key things that we are going to do is to really talk about some of the those people that will come in to give us their life story in regards to what they are doing in the IT field. And our first guest, Shay, can you bring it up? A few profile. Yeah, thank you. So our first guest for today's session is Afiz Zakaria Abutunde. So he is one of the highly skilled Microsoft certified trainers in data analysis who have been driving innovation and adoption of new technologies in organization over a course of about 7 years. So he's really skilled when it comes to Microsoft technologies like Office 365, Excel, Power Platform, meaning every of the Power Platform, Power BI, Power Query, data modeling, that. So he have a lot of background experience when it comes to this platform, even a lot of experience in programming languages like C Sharp, PHP, React JP. So you know that he is some guy who really eat IT, sleep IT, and do everything regarding IT. And he's a co-founder of ICT Summit. So you can see that he really dazzled himself in also trying to come up with innovations to help drive technology forward. So without any further ado, let me present to you Afiz. Habib, can you hear me? I think we might be having some audio issues.
Hafiz, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Hello. Okay.
Hello, Hafiz, we
Good
can
evening,
hear you
everyone.
now. So,
You know,
Uh,
good evening.
yeah, we seems to be having some audio and video feed issues with Hafiz. So I think what probably we can do is we can go ahead and introduce our next guest, and then we can take it from there. So our next guest, as you can see on the screen here, is Habib Abdurraf. So he's a marketing agent, registered in UK digital marketing agency. So he's highly accomplished graduate of Kwara State University, and he have a bachelor degree in media and communication, and has bagged an award of extension as the best graduate student in class of over 250. So you can see that he is very sharp, to refer to be in that sort of class range. You definitely have the know-how and the power in terms of the mind capacity. So overall, he's during the global pandemic, he founded a company, so a Digital Gen Foundation, a Nigerian registered non-profit organization that adopt a grassroots approach to training and mentoring young people. So he is really adverse in trying to pass on the knowledge that he's gained through his foundation. So without any further ado, let me bring out Habib.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Habib. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, sir. Good afternoon.
It's
It's
wonderful
nice
to have you
meeting
here.
you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's nice meeting you, sir.
Yeah, so with our community, as you already know, it's all about movement, a grassroots movement to really provide mentorship to people that really want to get into IT. And from your background, I can see clearly that that's something that is in line with you. You have the passionate to really connect with people to ensure that they also, you lift them up to ensure that they are getting themselves into a very highly rewarding career. So how has it been throughout your journey?
Yes, I can see it is a very one thing. I will start with the the great quote that anything you have passion in is something that is going to be rewardable. It's not easy coming from the media aspect into tech, but if you have a passion, definitely it's going to be a very smooth journey. Definitely, as a media, you have a course in to development communication. So, having from the school, that idea of development communication really prompts me into bringing technology into grassroots level. So, during the COVID-19, it was a movement that actually changed everything because there's restriction of movements that actually can be profitable and make work better. So this particular pandemic actually changed a lot of things. I could say that during that time, a lot of youths were trained on basics of we are introducing to IT. They were some of the things that were taught were graphic design and all of that thing. So, but the thing that is very, very paramount is that the community that I come from is known as Okio in the region of Oyo State. That locality is, let me just say, a subjugated area from the capital where all people, when people think of Oyo State, they only think of Ibadan. So without thinking of where I come from. But I could see myself as a person that can leverage that angle by bringing the technology to the grassroots and making sure that our people key into it and know what is going on in the world. So that can actually change the world here and make sure our people key into this. And today we can boast of many young guys laying their hand in technology and making a prosperous career out of it. So it's a very good one.
Wow, that's really really amazing. Because with this current climate that we live in now, it's easier for people to complete their tertiary education and wouldn't even get a job. So with the what you're doing really has really helped people to really get themselves to do something that will potentially lead them into a career path. So I'll pass it on to Deji, so that Deji can also continue to ask further questions.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Kofi. Well, he has actually given us a nice background. So I would have loved to ask this question to tell us your story and how did you get to where you are today. And based on what you've said, I was so impressed having somebody during the lockdown think out of the box, see what he can do in his community, a community that is not well recognized in terms of tech, and he brought tech into that environment. I would like to move to the next question for you. So the next question says, how will you, I mean, how was it like starting up the community in Ibadan? You told us not in Ibadan Central this time. How, how was it like starting up the community? Can you just tell us your story, your challenge? What did you face? How did you get it up and
Yes,
running?
yes, I must give kudos to Afis Babatunde because he's one of the brain blocks behind bringing me into tech. And like you said, that how was it like starting up the community in Ibadan? Not really, I was not in Ibadan, but I've contributed to tech community in Ibadan too, through the help of Afis Babatunde. Although it was not something that is very easy then, because there's a lot of challenges. We have the people that we want to talk, they didn't have the access to computer, no access to electricity. But you just to develop the interest in them. Let them know that what they are trying to do is something that is rewarding, something that can actually put food on their table. So by I have to look for a friend that have the computer. I have to look for some of the people that have a smartphone that can actually help me to make sure these people have the interest because the interest is the key most in whatever you want to do. But with the help of our team, Babatunde and some other friends, so we could be able to join them together and make sure they have interest in it. And it was a very tasking one, but rewarding at the end.
Wow, wow, wow. That is amazing. Power challenge, we have that there. We have the challenge of network, and all these we need to solve it. I wish, can, is it possible to bring up Afis? Is Afis back in the studio? Can we bring up Afis? I have some questions for him. Hello, Kofi.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a feedback. He's currently not in the back room, so
Okay,
I think he can probably carry on for now.
okay, good. I have another question for you. And this question, that's question number 3. And the question is there a focus area with respect to learning in the user group that you've created, either in Ibadan with Afis or in the location you're talking about? Or is it open? Are we looking at targeted developers or you are trying to expand to different areas? Can you just give an insight into this?
Yes, thank you very much for that question. You know, you can actually the tech area is a very expanded area whereby we have different segments, and you cannot actually cage people. So you have to firstly look for the interest of the people. So the same thing applies to my home plan too. We have a short plan, medium plan, and long term plan. So in my short plan, so I know that some of the soft skills that can actually be rewarding and bring people when you want to bring people into something new, you have to let them have the idea of the like short rewarding. What do you want tell you to do? They should be seeing reward for it. For example, that time I could remember some of the things I used to bring them into the technology that okay, if you are saying you want to enter, for example, you want to enter data analysis, for example, Do you know you can actually enter data, and at the convenience of your room you can actually do that? So I open them to opportunity available on Viber, on Upwork, whereby they can actually make full cash in their room with the short idea they have from me. So with that, I can see that a lot of people are trooping in and want to have an interest, like, okay, is it possible for me to sit inside my room and be making dollar? Is it possible? They don't want to hear about the local currency. The hard currency is actually what interests them, but they don't have the information about the area they can actually make it before. But as time goes on and where they have interest on that, they actually key into that. So, but our short term plan is that, okay, we have a open like user group whereby they can actually we have a selected program that they can actually key into. But the long term plan, it will later expand to whereby we can have different kind of area that anybody have interest in and join that thing. So those are the things we're
Oh,
planning.
Abib,
Did I?
it's yeah, it is wow for me. Um, Actually, you exposed people in your community to using modern day remote tool to get job. And that
Yes.
shows how far technology can go if you can get this to the grassroots. There are so many people that need to change their course of career. There are so many people that need to get a very good work in order to develop themselves. And that is why we are advocating for more grassroots entrepreneur, more um, grassroots people out there in their villages, whether in the north and the south. If you are able to reach your people, this is a lesson that Abib is telling us he was able to do in Oyo State. Now, Abib, I want to ask you a question. Now, from what you said, we have seen that there are positive things that is happening to people, especially the impact. Can you just mention other area you have seen this impacts of this positive initiation you have done in your community? Sorry, can you remind me of your community? I'm always mentioning Ibadan. Is it what's your own community?
Kishi Kishi.
Igushi?
Kishi Kishi in Orelope local government of Oyo
She,
State.
Oh, is she in Ilori? Wow.
Kishi Kishi in Orelope local government of Oyo State.
Okay, is she in
KI.
Orelope?
Yes.
Kishi, Kishi,
Yes.
Kishi.
Orelope local government of Oyo State.
Okay, she in Ore. I know Kofi don't know that place. I know. He just looking at me. Oh,
No, I don't. Well, I'm
uh,
learning.
uh, 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 okay. So, what other impacts are you looking at in order to, you have started a very good movement, and I hope it's going to go throughout the local government, and we can see more impact, and we can also come there to have a very large summit, boot camp. We have mentor across Nigeria, across West Africa, in UK, like Kofi. He can fly in at least to come and see this. So, can you just tell us the positive impact this your little movement has caused the community in all?
Okay. Thank you very much. Like I said before, although this is a very saddening story, but it's a very positive one too.
Mm.
Like 2 weeks ago, we embarked on training students on how to use computer for JAMB CBT exam. Very amazed me that many students of one particular local government in that side of our area have never, SS3 students have never had access to computer. Talk
Wow.
years of touching the computer. That will be the first time they will do that. Like 2 weeks ago. It's a very saddening one. But we were able to actually let them know that this thing is just like a smartphone that you have, but just like a brother of your smartphone. It's a very simple thing. So this is how you use it. The way you use your smartphone, this is how you handle mouse, this is how you use this thing to for your learning. You can actually you this is for your digital marketing, for it's sort of thing that you can actually think of. You can use this thing for. So I will see that this impact has already contributed to digital education in my community, especially the Okyogo region for your state. There, although we are lagging behind, but I think we are bridging the gap. If the governments are not ready to do it, we are actually creating a digital library for people to learn, for people to know what is going on in other communities. And I consider we are bridging the gap.
Wow, that's a great one.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. It's like you trying to tap into the community to uplift them. So one of the question I wanted to ask is that, can you share with us some of the wins? I mean, have you, I mean, for example, based on what you've done, right? What are the end product? Have you seen people coming to you that okay, through the skills they have acquired through your program, they have managed to acquire any kind of job or any kind of stuff? Is that what are the wins that you've seen so far?
Yes, thank you very much for that question. Out of hundreds of the people that we tutored on this, I can boldly tell you that nothing less than 90% of them are making it big. Even though there are some guys that they are just doing, let me just call it post-specific video to make money through Viber and other things. Apart from core data and tech area that people actually see as tech area. In digital market, people are actually making it, and I can say that it's a very good way for me because they also it's reducing unemployment and crime rate in our society. And I could tell you that in 2021, I, alongside that, this was rewarded by Okyogo community for contributing into the tech community by giving us an award, and also the local government, some of the local governments, chairman of our society, give us a congratulatory message letter, recommendation letter for what we've been doing in the area of tech. This is a win for us, and we know we will do more than that because the impact that we have in society, the coming generation, we actually talk about it that okay, this kind of people, this is what they done to the community, this is what we get from them. That's a joy for us, and that's a win.
Wow, that's really amazing because for you to get the recognition and getting those accolades that shows the level of impact you've made to the society. I'm really happy for you and I mean to the community in general. So I think it's something that you should definitely keep on pushing.
Thank you very much.
That's another very valid point you made there, Kofi. The impact is for the grassroots to be able to see the sailing of one individual, two individual having this knowledge and carrying this knowledge into the workforce. So now what we are saying, the reality we are trying to portray here is that irrespective of where you are, there is always a way to reach out. And that way to reach out is through technology. Technology can be the gateway outside your village. Because those people that Abib is saying are people that literally, he mentioned that some of them have never used computer. Deji, can you just, in Nigeria today, somewhere in the western side of Nigeria, they have not seen computer. Deji, what can you say about that? In western
What what
side of
what
Nigeria.
what I just have to say here is this. Number one, we have examination that cut across West Africa. WAEC, West Africa Examination Council. This examination, they are moving, they are going digital, they are doing paperless. Now, you are bringing people to online exams. A
Yes.
computer. Now, you've not seen a PC work with a PC before. Now you want them to sit under exam condition and do the same examination somebody that has been sleeping with PC all his life. I don't know the magic that I,
Coming
well,
from Lagos.
I'm just trying to think through what
So
Habib
that,
have done
that
something great, helping the
Yeah.
community.
yeah,
But I'm looking at there's still a lot to be done. There are a lot of community, like the
There is
community
still a
is
lot
talking
of.
about, that have not even touched PC. And now these people, they are coming to the same playground to do the same
with every
examination.
other person. Yeah.
When others are just clicking, they are still looking for,
Yes,
they don't even know how to handle the mouse.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's a brick link. There's something that the government have to definitely consider, especially if they have to start using computer to write the exams. Definitely, there's a
Uh, uh, uh,
miscommunication or breaking some kind of links there.
Yeah, that's why we employ anyone out there, from the local government, from the state government that are hearing us, or you have someone that are connected. There's a lot of this is another local government that has a grassroots movement that need computer.
Mm.
Although we have an initiative that we are working on, we just have few of those computer and we're looking at running it. But um, our vision is to be able to bring people to come and have a competition, um, the same level playing ground, talk about security, and after the set time, you either do your presentation, and if the panel find you worthy, they'll give you one of the computer. We have 5 of them that are going to be shipped to Nigeria from UK. Already, one of those our sponsor have already done that for us. So, Abib, maybe if we can get more of this across Nigeria, we might be able to have a bigger summit, a bigger program that can also empower these people with computer.
okay, so
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know, Afis, from your own viewpoint, how is the government involving in this your community reach? Especially look at what Abib said earlier, that some people hardly have computer to even write their exams. So um, what can you just share with us? What are you guys doing in order to involve the government, to involve people that philanthropists that can assist this people collectively?
Yeah, Faves, looks like there's issues with the audio. We cannot hear
We,
you.
we cannot
Hello,
hear you.
Hafiz. Can you hear us? Hafiz, hi. Can you hear us?
I think you should probably check your mic just to make sure that you have selected the right uh, audio output.
I think it's the audio output. Now, while we are still looking at fees, Abib, can you just come in there while we wait for our fees? Is there any way you guys are involving the government um, in order to find a way of fixing this broken leak that we are seeing that you have mentioned here?
yes, definitely we've tried all our possible best to make sure we engage the government on how to break this down. But you know the news. They will keep telling you there is no money, there is no money, there is no money. Okay, if there's no money, there's a way you can actually contribute. But all they will say is that there is no money. But without looking at that, we are trying to look for people that actually come from that place, from diaspora or NGOs that can actually come up with that. Because what happened 2 weeks ago is a very sad story to us. Because when we sat down and reflected on it, that okay, is it how we are going to be moving on?
Hello,
Is this hello?
can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can
Yes, we
hear
can
you
hear
now.
you, Hafiz.
Okay.
So is this how we are going to be moving on?
Okay, yeah.
Is this how our future
Sorry
is going
for
to be
that.
secured? So we have to do something. So we've done our efforts to make sure that people come up for us. But we are still open if individuals, NGOs can actually come for this case. So and with the little we have, we are planning by December anything we can raise among ourselves just to make sure we give this group, we give these students a life they deserve. Because some of them they are brilliant, but they are technologically blind because of their discomfort.
Wow, that's amazing. I like your mindset. If the government is not providing it, you also find ways to get that about those computers to the people you are working with. That's so amazing.
Now, I think we have our fees have dropped again. Maybe he's having terrible time with his network, I guess. Um, so uh, before we go for a break, I don't know whether Deji has any other thing that you want to say. Um, in the view of how do we empower people? How do we connect NGO to people like Abib, where they can actually find a way of empowering these people, giving them the tool to make them, and that is where the wings come.
Yeah, so Sheyi, sincerely, I've been thinking about not only Abib community, I'm thinking
Mhm.
about similar community, hundreds of community, thousands of communities scattered across Nigeria. Nigeria is a very big place. For those of us that are in the city, we only look at the city, but there are lots that need to be done in those remote locations. So, well, just like a story, if you walk past the river bank, you will see all these small small fishes, crabs that are out there that are struggling to get back into the water. But if you look around you, you will see millions, hundreds, thousands of these. But if you can just pick one and throw it back in the river, you have actually added value. You have saved a life. You have saved a soul. So we don't need to look at the whole country. So there is need for us to re-strategize. Let's see what if you can impact a community in a month or in a year, that community will remember us for good. And we can always do this every year. We are not Superman that will transform the country at a whole, but we just have to start doing something. We need to go back to our drawing board. Let's re-strategize. There are communities around. He has mentioned one. Let's set up a small, if it's just 5, 10 PC, and let's see how that can transform the community. I remember when I was doing my NYSC, I served in Castina, a remote area in Castina State. But when I got there, the only computer training institute in the whole of Castina, I won't forget the name of the computers, but don't let me mention that on air. But every application you want to learn is charging coppers 10,000 naira per application. If you want to learn Microsoft Word, 10,000. Microsoft Excel is 10,000. Access is 10,000. Outlook is 10,000. CorelDRAW. And now look at it. Then when we're serving, we are collecting 1,000 naira as copper, federal government allowance. Now, how do you want the copper that wants to learn IT to pay this money? I was forced to come back to Lagos, pick my PC. I have a desktop, take it down to Castina, and I said free training. I was shocked. When people were coming for the training, I told them, okay, to get certificate, pay just 2,000 naira. I will give you a certificate. I collected 2,000 naira. Before I left Castina, I was able to buy 5 computers with their money plus my PC. I left the PC there in Castina. They are still in the NCCF building. I don't know till today, but when I left, I keep following up. After that time, I met lots of people in different organizations. I met a lady in Zenith Bank. She saw me and said, if not for that training, for that empowerment you gave to us during our NYC in 1999, I may not be here today. So the little we can do, definitely we can affect a life, a soul. So Sheyi, we have a lot to do, sincerely. Thank you.
Wow, that's an amazing story.
That, that
Very
that's
inspiring
just
one.
that's just inspiring, and that
Yeah,
is the beauty of
absolutely.
the grassroots movement, where we want to touch lives from those people that have little or no background, and they want to also uh, be in the forefront of technology.
Yeah.
So we have Afis back. So we're throwing back the question to you, Afis. We have some few more minutes. What is the government involvement in?
Okay.
Habib said, yeah, what are you guys doing in order to ensure more empowerment for your community in Oyo State?
I've been having network glitch all this while. So, from my own end, I think last month, January ending, we had a conference, like a digital generation conference in Kishi. Like Abib said earlier, we had it in Novelty Polytechnic in Kishi, where we had over people, like students, 100 people. So we discussed a lot after the conference, like, okay, how are we going to do more? Because we have been doing Shaki, we are able to do Kishi now. So we have been able to at least do our two at least once. So government price, but we are not seeing any turn up. When you go and meet them, they kind of, okay, we are doing this election period, let's come back later, or some other stuff like that. So, but from my own capacity, we are coming up with a tech hub in Okyogun now, which is located in Shaki. And by God's grace, probably by next month, everything is going to be in place. The place is being set up and everything. The internet is one of our philanthropists is in Shaki, and he was able to listen to my idea and is ready to support us. Space, he provided Starlink internet because most cases we don't have 4G or 5G within the locality. So if he was able to get us Starlink, which is working perfect, he provided the space, desk, and so on like that. So we are just coming up with getting laptops and, if possible, some maybe PC, like maybe desktops that we have right now, in terms of having a tech hub within Okyogun. So, but trying our own best, doing virtual meetup, trying to train people virtually. So we're also doing that on monthly basis, and even currently we are working on how to train like 1,000 people across the local area. So people are started registering, and then we are still collating their, like, how to do selection, like coming up with a badges, like maybe having them in 100 before this year. And I'm very sure by the end of the year things will at least change a little bit. Thank you.
Oh, that's a very great news where people have started coming up to set up like a technology hub, and that is good because that what that means is that within the next few months, next few years, we are going to have harvest of technologies within that environment, in that rural area, in that particular environment, that particular local government, and that is a kudos. I think kudos to you guys, and that is a very great slide, and we appreciate that. And the next question I want to give to you, Afis, we know you have so many local government in your states, and we have been concentrating on Okeogun, Abi Okeogun, if I'm right. What other vision
Yeah.
you have in order to go to other states? Most local government are Oyo State is a big state, and we have several local government. What's your plan of going to other local governments? Yeah.
Yeah, within Okeogun area alone, we have 10 local governments. So moving from one, like trying to capture the Okeogun area is also a bit a lot of work for us. So which made us to come up with a plan this year, January. Like, okay, we want to, since we have tech ICT center, I mean, built by this government, one of our senator across each local government. So we are planning to meet up with each local government, either chairman, all these, their like major people within the town, to know if they can give us access to those areas, like to those ICT centers, wherever we can use it to train people. So maybe for 4 weeks or 5 weeks or 6 weeks within, like maybe on interval basis, like, okay, we do 6 weeks, we set up a project for this student, they come up with a solution and see how we can solve like local problems that we've distributed later across some feedback. I think the election of the things really uh, pause a lot of things, so a lot of activities. So, but we are getting back on track now, trying to get that done.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much, Afis. I am highly impressed with what you are doing. And I would just want to say this: try to see how you can mentor more team so that the workload can be distributed across. So you raise army, people that will move out and keep doing this. So that's a great work. Thank you very much, Habib. Thank you, Afis.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah. So while the guests are still will be in the studio, we want to just go for a short break in the next few minutes, and we're back. We just want to run some advert from our sponsors, and we're back in the next 3 minutes.
Welcome to the Pride of Symbols, a people driven by the passion for excellence and the courage to take on big challenges and see them through. With integrity of mind and systems, our words, structures, and processes are always dependable. We are proud of who we are, what we do, and what we stand for. Firm is our commitment to the vision to build a globally recognized distribution company and to become the key driver of trade revolution across Africa. We have been empowered to make products and services accessible, affordable, and usable across Africa by building an efficient distribution network, and to remain the market benchmark for dynamism, efficiency, and competitiveness. We are rulers. We provide order. With confidence, enthusiasm, and wit we speak. The vulnerable and voiceless we empower. This is me. This is TD Africa. We rule. We conquer. We are Simba.
You have a learning goal, and we have just one job to help you achieve it and deliver at your convenience. Learning right starts with us at Ashem Academy. We are a learning institute in partnership with professional industry bodies like Microsoft, PECB, Pearson VUE, and PSI, delivering quality training, ensuring your certification path in respective industries. Ashem Academy has training specialists with extensive consulting experience as well as the expertise to address your specific needs and preferences. Our goal is to deliver training that maximizes return on people and infrastructure investments. We define success as having the right resources to skill you up to help you meet your desired goals. Our job at Ashem Academy is to empower you to be successful at every stage of the learning journey, from training to certification to establishing professional credibility. As a certified learning partner and authorized testing center, our facility has proven to be one of the best in the country as we get to reach the needs of all ages, young, middle-aged, and those in the advancing years, making learning simple and affordable. We care about your skill development, and without breaking the bank, we present you with great opportunities to showcase your competency and expertise in your area of specialty, aiding career advancement or personal goals tracking. Let's help you bridge that learning gap. All you have to do is take the next step to enroll in our courses today with prices that are easy on your wallets. Request access to our training calendar by emailing training@ashem.com, and you can also get the most of your learning investments by checking out our promotional offers here. offers.ashem.com/ms learning. You can call 0704-636-7151 or call 0704-576-9927. You can visit our head office at number 9 Ibikule Street off Abad Macaulay Way, Yaba, Lagos State.
Welcome back to the studio. While we still hope our guest is still much around, and we are now in the new area we just developed, which is the technology innovation room, which is more of a discussion area where we that in the studio will talk about the latest technology and how we can easily onboard to this technology. And we'll be going into a particular area called open AI. We have heard of ChatGPT, we have heard of Copilot in so many Microsoft products. How does that play out for us? And as a grassroots, we are embodied to talk about this and ensure that we educate our viewers about this new offering. And I'll hand over to Kofi to take up this segment on our innovation room discussion. Kofi.
Absolutely. Thank you. So when it comes to AI, it looks like it has been a buzzword that's floating around since the beginning of this year. So it's really makes sense that we start to dig into the conversation as well, just to also add some our thoughts and our opinion to all this. So I think the main thing that we have to do is just to start to talk about it. But before we go ahead, let's meet our mentors. So we do have a pool of people that really there to help you in any kind of like tech related stuff you have, even including this AI. So we'll take this opportunity for you to actually meet them, so that if you have any concern, you know who to reach out to. So let's do that now.
Yeah, welcome back to the studio. Yeah, Slag Coffee.
Hello, Shay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you. Yes.
All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into this open AI conundrums.
So we also have our guests. I hope they have not dropped off. Wow, they've gone. So we are all on our own now. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So OpenAI. The button is with you, Kofi.
Well, so I mean, like I said earlier, this has been something that it's been a buzz where it's just going on everywhere you go. You hear this chat GPT. Even now, just a few weeks ago, they introduced the chat. GPT-4, which is even on steroids. So yeah,
Oh, steroids.
yeah, because obviously
That,
it's taking the chat GPT to the next level. So, what do you guys think about this? How? I mean, what is your opinion? Actually, let's start from there. What is your opinion about this new wave of innovation that's taking over there?
I want Digi to start from the data side because it's coming from the data side, the AI side. What?
Yeah.
Let's start with Deji.
Then we can hear your voice.
We can't hear you since you are muted, Deji. I think we're having Deji is having network issue. We can't hear you, Deji. If you can hear us, try to check whether you are muted. Okay, I think the network dropped there. So for me, my counter with it is simplicity. Now, the question whether AI want to take up our job or whether I want to simplify the job is a question that is widely debated. But the truth is that when I first encountered with ChatGPT, I was able to see several simplicity. Now, I tried something. I asked him some cogent issue. Like I read a book, one of these motivational book, and I asked the GPT, can you talk to me about what Maxwell talk about being an influential leader? Do you know what the guy said? He said, according to Maxwell, blah, 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 to be a good leader, you must have integrity. He summarized the whole book in just about 5, 7 bullet points. And that could have taken me how many days of reading that textbook? Now, can you see how simplicity has come to play? So I'm seeing simplicity in my own way, especially with my own encounter with it. Oh, Deji is back. Deji, sorry, we lost you there.
Yeah. So Shay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
we
loud
can
and
hear
clear.
you. Yes.
Oh, great. I have to leave and come back. Well, sincerely, OpenAI has actually come to stay. And the major thing here is just like what Shay said, I can see simplicity. Now, as a data analyst, I can actually get some things done without really stressing myself. And when you use Power BI to solve problem, it's like this is actually the end of everything. I can talk to Power BI using my natural language, normal English language. Through Power BI, talk to my database and get work done. But I never believe that I can actually do much more, even on ChatGPT. Not until I was trying to work around one R script and it's frustrating, it's giving me error. I just pick up the script and I dump it on ChatGPT that I'm having this error fees. he redesigned, he reconstructed the R script. I took the R script back to Power BI and I said, come, why have I been wasting 5 hours trying to debug this script? So it's like it has actually come to solve lot and lot of problem. And the question that people keep asking me is, are you sure this is not going to take programming out of all of us? Why did you spend time studying programming languages? And now everything is like, if you share your screen and pull it up now, just mention any script you want to write, and it's like ready to go without error. So
Exactly.
this is actually mind blowing, but at the same time, the concern is still there.
Yeah.
What is the future of the code developer?
Well, I think, to be fair, the concern has been there since, let's say, the Stone Age. Every time there is something brand new, innovative, people seem to panic. They think that it's coming to take their job. But just like you guys have said, it looks like this AI seems to be something that we can work alongside, more like an assistant, right? It simplify the work we do. I mean, you said people ask you, is it going to take so what's the point learning programming language? But then again, with programming language, you also try to make things easy by using, let's say, libraries. So why don't you just go to the olden days and then write your own code from scratch? So I think this is also an enhancement to this upgrade in terms of how technology is advancing. Right. It's just like, to your point, it's here to stay, right? There are always going to be people who take advantage of it to do bad things, right? Which might make you think, oh, okay, these two seems to be doing worse. But to everything we have in this modern world, there's a good side and there's a bad side to it. But the positive and the plus side seems to outweigh the other negative side, because it's definitely going to help us to work smarter, right? Do you necessarily have to memorize everything? Not necessarily, right? All you need to do is you ask, and then it can give you some information, more explanation on certain things. It can break it down to you in the language you want. You want in a more advanced explanation, a simplified explanation. It's there for you. So, just think about it. One of the key things that I think I saw was that, what about students? Are they not going to just use that one to write their essays or do something?
Yeah, I think it's a concern. I read something about some schools that some professors actually I don't know whether they were penalizing the students for using it, because when it's simply like someone said, I think in one of our discussion in the AI boot camp, global AI
boot camp.
Yes, a lady said she wanted to write an application, and she was just cracking her brain out to write, and she just put it on ChatGPT and said, "This application for this job."
Exactly.
And the guy, the system, I call it a guy, just brought out something that he would spend a lot of time to look at dictionary, look at correction, and everything was crispy fine. The question now is, where are we going to put our brain? Because everything is working like as you said, it's working like we're in the fast lane. Okay, thank goodness one of our guests is back. Abib is back. I've tried to put him on because this is an odd discussion. I want him to get in. Okay, both of them are even here. Good. So Kofi, we have our guests back.
Well, so Sheyi, thank you for raising that, because sincerely it's a concern. Because why do we go to school? We go to school to actually get prepared for the workforce out there, to engage this brain, to tax the brain to pick up some challenges. But now, those that are in school, they are leveraging on ChatGPT. And now, where is that task? Where is that energy? Where is that
research?
What's it called? I don't know what to call it.
Well, so let me ask a question, right? So why should our education system still stays the same way, right? Because we need to innovate the education system as well. Because It's more like let me see how I'll put it. There is different industrialization, civilization. There was industrialized age, we got to the information age, and now the AI is also pushing us to a different age altogether, right? So for every specific age, we will have solve certain problems, and that's what the AI has done. It has solved some problems. So now, I mean, you just think about this modern IT. We use DevOps, we use automation to simplify certain tasks that we can repeat. So the same thing applies here. AI is making sure that certain research is waste of our time, spending days doing those kind of research. You can get that information, and now that information, we can now use our brain power to now enhance the information to the next level. Because that's how we can break to the next level. I'm guessing that maybe in the next 5 years, the next wave of technologies will be even crazier, right? Because we're not going to spend our time on going through
crazier.
Yeah,
It's already going crazy.
Yeah,
ChatGPT on steroid. What does that mean?
Sincerely, what I think we should be doing now is to actually see how we can take it to the next level, apply it to someone.
You have to embrace it, right?
The education system. We need to crash down the 4 years we spend in university. I'm talking about Nigeria, just wasting students' time. Let them face leverage on this tool. If it's just 1 or 2 years, let them leverage on this tool, understand it, and start coming up with things to solving problem with what they already have. Sincerely, that will help than to arrange us in array in classroom and put us there for 4 years, keep repeating the same thing, what I can easily get done on ChatGPT, and so on. We really need there's need for a general transformation across board. Education, the educational sector, all the sectors, there is need for us to embrace and transform.
That's our guest is here, Hafiz. We have been talking about the new era with ChatGPT. What is your take about it?
Is because of that? I think it's good for the industry, but in terms of education, I think it has
I think it's dropping again.
Yeah. But he has actually made the point. For the industry, perfect. The educational sector is not too good. But the students are no more learning.
But remember, Deji, when Google actually came by, people had the same kind of ideas. Oh, you can just Google and then get all the information. What's the point of education? What's the point of reading books? Right.
Ask Google all the questions.
We're asking the same questions now.
It seems like it's a circle. Every time there's a revolution, there's an innovation, there's always going to be the blocker, there's going to be people that will embrace it. But we know that this has come to stay, and most of the products are going, and I can tell you in the next few minutes, educational sector will also start bringing out things that will come through ChatGPT, how they can enhance their research, how to integrate it with their knowledge base, and that is going to expand. But now, as a grassroots movement, we're going to take our time to also educate our viewer. That's why we're having the discussion forum where we bring current technology, we talk about it, try to make you to embrace it, give you the coin, give you the pro, and try to enlighten you how to onboard on it and how to use it better. I think it's going to be a great wave that is coming up. A great wave.
Definitely.
Yeah, I saw the demonstration of the GPT-4, and then I was like, damn, this is crazy, because now it can accept graphics, and then what it can actually come out of it is just mind-blowing. So, and with the co-pilot, and even now, Google have also come out with their own AI, the BAN. So all these companies, right, they will start to integrate that into their services, right? That
Wow.
means definitely there is going to be job losses, but there are going to be more advanced jobs also opening up, whereby it
Mm,
will have some element of AI in it. Yeah.
mm. So if you are out there, we're in a new wave, a new change, and we are just advising you to adapt to the system. Try to encourage yourself. Try to relearn and learn and learn and keep learning with this new change, so that you can also be conform. You might easily be adaptive to the new change that is coming.
Yeah.
I think is a great one. I will keep on bringing such innovation to your table in some of our um, event. And we also have innovation corner programs. And just as we said to Abib, that we are having a program where we want to give computer to the grassroots. As we have said earlier, we have 5 computer that's already donated by one of the sponsors, and we are also advocating if you have computer, second-hand computer that you want to give to people. There's a lot of people out there. You can hear from Oyo State, where we have our grassroots movement, where they cannot even use computer for their exams. If you are out there and you have computer you want to give to this movement, please, you can contact us, and we'll be able to make justice to it. But however, we have a young cyber security expert innovation program where we have 5 computer now, not 3. That means we are going to have 5 winners. And what we're going to look at is going to be like an entry point for everyone that wants to participate in this program. They are going to give a presentation or a demo, and it's going to cut across secondary school, school leavers, NYC students, anybody that just want to board into security and is able to provide an evidence by giving a demonstration or a practical presentation of anything he can do. And you're going to be enlisted. And our what we plan to do is that we have our summit coming up in August, and we're going to showcase the best of the 5 winners, or the 10 out of the 5 of the lots that actually apply. They'll come to Abuja and they'll be able to compete, and they're going to show what they have during the conference. And once you are picked, then you'll be able to have the computer. I don't know if there's any other thing that you have missed out from this on the young cyber security expert. David is not in the house to give us more information on that, but that is just all about that.
Yeah, so thank you
And
very much, Shenyi. So I
yeah,
think you've mentioned it all. We are looking for 5 young people that are talented, gifted, and they can come up with anything that has to do with security. So all they need to do, come up with whatsoever they have. So there will be a submission date, and the panel will run through the submission, and they will be contacted to come for the final event in Abuja. So where they can win the laptop that has been donated to this particular event.
thank you, DG. So we also advocate for if you want to join our user group, we have several user group across Nigeria and extending to West Africa. And under MCT Niger Tech User Group, we have the Niger Security User Group, and that is their link. You can join them. They are basically running on security from Microsoft Spectrum and across other multi-cloud environment that have security framework. We also have the D365 user group, which is dynamic user group, where we talk about the ARP solution, how you can integrate Power Platform with Dynamics 365, and how you can use it for your ERP solution. And we also have the Azure Nigeria community. Now, the Nigeria Azure user group comprises of several subsets, but the major body that controls is the Azure Nigeria community, where if you want to learn about Microsoft cloud offering, You can join that group and you'll be able to get acquainted with that. Then we have other user group that we have is the M365 community. The M365 is a community that builds on the Microsoft Modern Workplace, where we have the M365, the Power Platform integrated together. If you want to join that community, that is the link. And then we have the Power Platform community. We have the Naija Data Platform community, which is a community that comprises of the data, the AI together, combined together, and they are striving to build an ecosystem where we have knowledge towards the data environment and also the AI environment. We also have another community, which is the Power BI learning community run by Michael Olufusi. And the essence of this is to build up an e-learning environment where people can learn. It's always coming up every Sunday. Then we have for the women folks, if you're a lady and you want to join, from the gender perception, you want to go into technology, we have the Tech Silas, which one of the mentors is the founder, Olajumoke Toriola, and
Foyin
Bello. So if you want to join the Tech Silas, that is their link. You can join it for women that want to go into tech. Now, let's look at our upcoming event that's going to spring up that's been going on every week. We have the M365 Cloud Computing Series. Now, this is where every Saturday you can come in to learn about certain things about M365. And the time usually they broadcast for this is from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. West African +1, and is a virtual series. We also have the Dynamic 365 weekly series, which is a series where you try to learn about Dynamic 365. They're extending the knowledge and how to use the platform, and basic knowledge you can learn from knowing Dynamic 365. Then we have the NAIJA Data Platform, which is titled the Weekend Training Series. Now, the Weekend Training Series is where you learn about some core technology across data, across Power BI, across AI. Now, they are currently working on a series where they are learning on SQL Server. Maybe you don't know, they are in the part 2 now. We want to learn more about SQL Server. What is Microsoft SQL Server? How can you onboard yourself into that knowledge? It is for everyone. You can join them. And the time for this series is from 3 to 4 every weekend. And we also have the Azure Cloud Security Group Weekly Series. Now, this is run by one of the hosts, David Okeyede. Is not here presently, where he brings facilitator that will talk about technology in view of security, how we can work with security, how this can help us. And you can join him every week where he showcases one of these security experts to talk about. Then finally, we have the Azure Nigeria community, and they have what we call Azure Administrator Series every Saturday. And this is always also by 4 p.m. You can see we have variety of events happening every weekend in our community so that we can onboard people with knowledge, increase their curiosity about how to use Microsoft through almost Microsoft product. So if you want to join the MCTNAIJA user group, that is the link. You can join it and be part of this movement. I think that's all from me. Kofi, anything else that we want to add? I hand over to Kofi.
Okay, thank you very much, Sheyi. So today has been an amazing day, and our guest speaker today, Habib and Hafiz. I'm highly impressed with what they are doing there in Oyo State, and I just pray that Lord will enable them the more and more grace to their able. Thank you, guys.
Kofi, any last word?
Yeah. So as always, thank you guys for taking the time of the day to join today's session. So as we always say, each month we have this program which you learn new things. We introduce you to new guests to tell us about their story and how they are impacting the community they are in terms of the grassroots. So once again, we thank the guests, and also we are so inspired by the information they share with us, how they are really having an impact in all the communities around them. So once again, thank you, and thank the host as well for having such a great program today.
Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you
everyone.
next month by God's grace.
Bye.
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 kò ṣẹrú. Ó wá sáyé ọmọ ọba ní kò ṣẹrú. Ó wá sáyé kò ṣẹ̀wọ̀n.
Ó yá akéde mo fẹ́ délé bàbá tó bí lọ́mọ.
Ọmọ ọba ní kò
Bàbá
ṣẹrú.
mi ò gbànígbà ní ojú ọ̀nà ó ṣe gbọ́. Kò sán gírí lágírí, ọ̀la gírí kàkà.
Ọmọ ọba ní
Akọ́kọ́
kò
arẹ́rẹ́
ṣẹrú.
bàbá mi ò wọ kẹfẹ̀rẹ̀ mi jọ. Jagunmọ́ lòdì ọ̀rọ̀, apálá ti jó tọ̀hún tọ̀hún.
Okay, if it's somebody else, I want to do it, right?
No. Fẹ́ wà ṣe. Ilẹ̀ máa ń bá dé màá wá gẹrun rẹ̀.
Get over here. Take it and go, man.
Màá kọ́kọ́ lọ. Báwo mi fẹ́ gbé kinní wa? Jẹ́ n kọ́kọ́ lọ rà á wá.
That's no joy. Where you are coming?
Màá lọ rà á ń bẹ̀. Mo ti fẹ́ gba kinní màá rà á. Màá máa gbé.
It's almost 7.